The traditional food of the Khoisan people. With the aim of identifying the foods consumed by the Khoisan people and in preliminary way relating the consumption of these foods to the presentation of imbalance in blood glucose, blood pressure, and body mass index, a study was carried out consisting of field visits in the commune of Dietary. Through a community guide, 35 Khoisans were contacted to perform anthropometric measurements such as weight, height, body mass index, blood pressure measurements, and direct observation of the foods of their menu. Various foods were identified among meat, fish, vegetables, tubers, fruits, and honey acquired through hunting, gathering, and fishing. In relation to the body index, 94.2% of individuals had the normal weight. 71.4% had values of 70 to 100 milligram DL. In relation to blood pressure, 73.3% had normal perimeters 100 to 120, 70 to 80 millimeters Hg. The study suggests that the dietary habits and lifestyle of the Khoisan people are recommended for good health. Traditional and ethnic foods are now becoming increasingly important in multicultural societies for wisdom, traditional practices, and the preservation of food through knowledge of food culture and civilization, combined with experience in food science. They provide a unique opportunity to understand the benefits of these foods based on their bromatological composition and bioactive composition more than in bygone times. Food is directly linked to individuals' health, public health, and global environmental sustainability. Various food-related analysis models reveal potential benefits in changing diet to reduce the exploitation of nature resources in an irrational way with high environmental damage, premature human mortality, disease risk factors, and cost in healthcare. A study carried out by UNESCO shows that food is a basic requirement for the promotion and protection of health and therefore enables the full affirmation of the potential of human development with quality of life and citizenship. The production of food by ethnic people have been through practice such as hunting, fishing, gathering fruits, roots, insects, mushrooms, and eggs. For example, the Asenicas people located in Amazonia are hunters, fishermen, farmers, and collectors, so the food coming from these activities and that integrates the recipes of their traditional cuisines is fundamental to ensure food and nutritional security. The same authors also state that the products acquired in the wild are varied, whether it be fruit, meat, fish, or those produced by these peoples by the practice of traditional agriculture, and that it constitutes their ethnic identity, as well as the choice and rejection of certain foods taught by the culture. This work aims to identify the foods consumed by the Khoisan people of the commune of Dietary, influences their health and the way they acquire them. After several visits in the field, which was associated with the identification and careful observation of the food consumed by the Khoisan, various types of foods were found, including fruit, meat, tubers, vegetables, roots, and honey. The meats most consumed are found in their menus to obtain animal protein were rabbit meat, monkey, rat, gecko, capotas, grasshoppers, and giboya. Also found were burgers, tilapia, snails, and crabs. These foods are obtained by activities such as hunting and fishing, as they are available in the wild, so they have to travel sometimes to remote areas to find them depending on the time of year. Thus, Beneman stated that there are lifestyle habits and eating practices that are harmful to health. On the other hand, there are those that help in the prevention of various pathologies, thus providing quality of life, well-being, and several benefits to man. In the present study, the relationship that may exist between the type of food consumed by these ethnic people and the imbalance of weight, blood pressure, and blood glucose was first observed. Regarding fruit consumption, several were identified, among them the milk, wild fig, luengo, mabuk, tamarind, among other fruits that have also been found whose names are found in the language of the peoples of the Khoisan ethnicity, such as Nombe, Ngongo, Nonhandi, Nonja, Nombolembole, Nombio, among others. The common names, especially those of the language of the ethnic people themselves, are keys to the interpretation of botanical diversity, since these names represent an information-rich component of the culture of the country and of the peoples as they describe and indicate the various forms of use of these same plants. Fruits and vegetables are part of the regulatory food according to the food pyramid of Brazil and also the USA. For these peoples, even without literacy, are aware of consuming varied fruits and vegetables in order to benefit the organism from a nutritional point of view, which in turn brings health benefits. Nor can we omit the fact that these ethnic people consume what they find in nature, and their consumption of one type or another of food depends on its availability and abundance, because vegetable foods are the most popular and easy to acquire. The scientific evidence produced in recent decades suggests that plant-based diets are best suited to prevent needy diseases, reduce the risk of chronic non-communicable diseases, and promote health, because vegetarians have a lower risk of developing overweight and or obesity, cardiovascular diseases, hypertension, diabetes, neoplasms, among other conditions which compromise quality of life and longevity. The same author states that the vegetarian diet is typically low in fat, and especially those of saturated type and with high fiber content. The delimited levels for Khoisan pyramid resemble the pyramid described and presented by Mendes Neto et al., in which it was based on the energy and nutritional needs of adult individuals. This pyramid allows us to understand the value of food in Khoisan ethnic people that does not differ from those found in other pyramids in terms of nutritional value, but in terms of the type of food that are constant in the pyramid. As a function of their eating habits, a preliminary relationship was obtained with body weight, body glucose imbalance, and blood pressure disorder, to which it was observed that 94.2% of individuals had weight within their normal parameters, while 2.90% had lower weight and 2.90% of overweight individuals. So it could be said that their eating habits will be the basis of these values presented as shown in Figure 2. Figure 4 shows the values obtained in the measurements of blood pressure to the individuals studied. The fact that Khoisans are always on the move, or their nomadic style, food practices, and ethnicity could justify the appearance of few individuals with blood pressure imbalance, although there are several factors related as referred to SBC. Factors such as overweight and obesity, high salt intake, age, gender, ethnicity, excessive alcohol intake, individuals' genetics, Socioeconomic factors and sedentary lifestyle are at the basis of the emergence of several chronic, non-communicable diseases. Conclusion: these ethnic people obtain their varied foods directly from nature, from which tubers, roots, fruits, bulbs, meat, and honey can be found. Initially, most of the individual studies did not reveal imbalance in body mass index, blood glucose, and blood pressure, which could be related to the consumption of these foods. And that's it from Injibs Network. Stay tuned to our celebrity and gossip news.